The market continues to push higher as the bulls remain in charge, but is it time for the bears to step in? This is Invest with Jacob. Okay, guys, so in yesterday's video, we talked about the fact that the market should be pushing towards the 4077 target, then pulling back in wave 4, then pushing up towards the 4100 area, and that's basically exactly what we saw. The market pushed up towards 4087, a little bit higher than our target, then pulled back in wave 4, and now looks to be pushing higher towards that 4100 target. Now the question is, can the bears step in and stem the tide? I'll get into that in just 1 second, but first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the SP 500 and the NASDAQ. I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. All right, guys, it was another great trade and day in the room. We bought some calls back a few days ago, actually last week in the A-Wave rally, and saw them cash out today for about a 25% profit. We also made money on our hedge, so a two-way win there for us. You can see on the screen, people are doing really well in here. People who have had negative accounts are now positive. We're changing traders' lives by teaching them how to trade instead of just throwing out trades and ignoring you and leaving you for dead. We actually go over how trades work, how to strategize hedges, how to understand what to do so that you can actually build an account by day trading and swing trading with us by understanding market dynamics. So if you'd like to be part of this incredible team where we show you how to build up your account and make money in the market, please stay tuned for later in the video. For now, let's jump into the chart and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 1-hour futures chart for the S&P 500. And as you can see, we got the push up we were expecting, the pullback we were expecting, and then the next push up we were looking for. The market has a few different paths that we're tracking here, and not very different paths. These aren't just, three crazy different paths, just a couple little variations is all. So the most obvious path would be the continuation higher that we've been talking about up towards 4100. Okay, maybe a little less than that in the 4095 area. We're coming into a channel trend line here that may hold, or they could spike above it to the 4100 area, and then we'd look for a pullback from there. The good news here is we are getting negative divergence on this high, most likely, on the MACD, and that negative divergence gives us a very strong signal that it is topping in that region, and we should be looking for a turnaround. So if they can go ahead and push higher here over this wave 3 high, okay, which was, I think, 4087.75. They can push over that on the futures. That gives them another move higher to complete the move on negative divergence. Then we'd look for a pretty strong sell-off from there. And that sell-off should come down into the 3960 to 3930 range from the top. So a pretty strong sell-off. And because it's a diagonal, those tend to be straight down. So it may not have a standard ABC type formation on that. So that's what we'll be looking for as our primary path. Now, a small variation to that, if they can't take out this wave 3 high directly, this could be A, because they did just hit the 236 here, and you'd expect them to hit the 382 on a 4. But it's deep enough for a 4. But you would call this A, and then kind of a very tall B, and then get a C wave down, and then one more push higher to give this that wave 5. So that would be our kind of alternate bull count, as we still need one more push, and then that 4100 area. The bearish count, or the count for the downside, would be that we are already in the move down, and we did top here at the top of this wave 3. I don't think that's very likely just yet, but it is possible. We have a move down here, but with the close being as strong as it was, closing at the highs, I do think we'll probably see another push higher. But we have a move down, and then a small move up, and then we could see a pretty strong sell-off after that. And the indicator for this would be if we break 4038. 4038 is the 50% retrace. Below that, it's unlikely a wave 4, and we're probably starting the selling process at that point. So that would be the bear count. We go more directly down, breaking 4038 into that 3960 to 3930 area from there. And then there's just one other little kind of variation or thing we need to keep an eye on, really, and that is the 4117 level. That is the 764 extension of waves 1 through 3. Over here, it would be wave 3, 1 through 3 of the bigger waves. And wave 5 generally, or shouldn't, push past the 764 extension. It makes it too long. And at that point, we have to count it as something else. And at that point, we would look for it being a wave 3 of a bigger structure that we would get into when we cross that bridge. I don't think it's likely, but it definitely is possible. So we would definitely keep an eye on that as a possible count as well. But again, I don't think that one is as likely as what we're seeing on the screen right now. So that's what we're looking for on the S&P 500. Over on the NASDAQ, Okay, the NASDAQ again has a more bullish impulsive structure that you would expect here. It doesn't have the leading diagonal formation that the ES has. And it did give us our fifth wave up that we've been looking for. They took out the wave 3 high, although minimally. But I do think, again, the NASDAQ will push higher as well here. So we got the pullback in that little structure, and we would look to push higher. I think the 13,150 area is where this is likely to land. We're looking for 13,250, but given how close ES is to the target, I don't think they're going to be able to push it up in the NASDAQ to the 250 range. But that would be the natural target, 13,258. But I think given where we're at and how this sets up, 13,150 might be where we land for this NASDAQ wave up. And then from there, just like on the ES, we'd look for a pullback. But on the NASDAQ, it's not a diagonal, so we're not looking for a strong straight down pullback. We might get more structure. We get kind of an ABC back into the support area. And that support area, assuming we hit that 13,150 area, would be the 12,481 down to 12,125 area for a wave 2. And then we would look to start wave 3 higher with a 1-2 setup. Now, it is possible that we've topped. We did take out the wave 3 high, so we do have 5 up on the NASDAQ. It has completed, or it has the enough legs on it to have completed an impulsive structure. So that would be our alternate count on the NASDAQ as well, that we have topped in the NASDAQ already, and we would be looking for the ABC down into support from where we are right now. So that would be the alternate count that we'd be looking for on the NASDAQ. Now, again, on the NASDAQ, if they do blow up and go straight higher here above that 13,258 area, we do have to keep an eye on it because it is very possible we could be in a different structure and already in wave 3. And in that case, we would have to adjust our targets from there. But again, I don't think we're in wave 3. I think we're finishing wave 1 and need a 3-wave pullback into support and then a move higher from there. Guys, if you love the information that I put out in these videos and you want to be part of my incredible trading team, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. There's a link down in the description. Go ahead and click that link, and it takes you right over to the website. Once you're there, check out our membership plans area. We have 2 incredible plans, and they both come with a 7-day free trial because I want you to get in there. I want you to make sure you love it and become part of our trading team before you ever spend a penny. You can cancel at any time. We just started our training program, Elliott Wave for Beginners, where I teach you how I use Elliott Wave to find these patterns and figure out what levels and targets to look for. It's a great course, and it comes with both memberships as will any training material I put out moving forward. In our first room, the Invest with Jacob room, you get all of my real-time market updates, all of my buy and sell alerts, all of your Elliott Wave questions answered, a midday video where I go over exactly where we are in the counts and what to expect moving forward, as well as the training material you just saw. We trade the SPY and the QQQ, and we swing trade, which means our trades can last anywhere from a few days to a few months, so we don't trade quite as often as a day trading room does. However, if you are looking for day trading as well as individual stocks, you need to check out PT's Throne Room. In there, you get everything you get in the Invest with Jacob room, as well as day trading, individual stocks, and PT's reduced risk binary method that just crushes the market. He gets you in at a very cheap price and gets you big multiples on your money, and it's how he structures the trade that's so unique. It's something you really have to see to understand, and that's another reason we give you that 7-day free trial. He also started a challenge account where he put $4,000 into an account trading mini ES futures, averaging 3 to 4% gains per week, showing you how to build a small account into a large retirement or savings account. Guys, we would love to have you in these rooms so we can all make money together. Okay, guys, key takeaways for today. Main path, we're looking for a continued push higher up towards 4,100. But it is possible we've already topped. If that's the case, we look for some pretty strong selling soon down into our support area in the 39.60 to 39.30 area. And then if they do push over the 41.17 area, we got to keep an eye out for a bigger bull move higher. Over on the NASDAQ, pretty straightforward on the NASDAQ, very impulsive. We got maybe one more push up to 13,155 as our main path, and then down into support in the 12,480 to 12,125 area. It is possible on the NASDAQ we already have 5 up as we are over the wave 3 high, but on both charts we didn't have a 4-5 and we just got a pullback for 4 and should get another high for 5 on the smaller count. So I do expect another high, but it is possible we've topped and could come back down directly into that support area. And if the NASDAQ breaks out over 13,258, we need to keep an eye on a possible bigger wave 3. Guys, it's the weekend. Grab yourself a drink. Have an awesome day. Spend some time with your family. Get away from the computer. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will talk to you next week.